saying fasten your black seatbelt first, and pull down your black seatbelt first.
This is a launch, and this is a lift hill. Now, which one is better, and which one provides the most thrill and excitement for all riders of all kind? Let's find out in this video. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, drop it.
What up, YouTube? Cheatable45 here. Let's go!
Imagine now, we're in 1885 and Philip Hinkle just created the first ever chain lift on any roller coaster. The classic beginning to most roller coasters around the world. A motorized chain or cable that grabs the train and slowly drags it to its designated height where it drops you plummeting towards the ground. Like I said, a lift hill is a mechanical system that hauls a train up to a significant height. As this train ascends, a racketing anti-rollback system engages underneath, ensuring that if the chain fails, the train locks into place immediately. The real purpose is to, well, get the coaster to the desired height and storing all that gravitational potential energy and using it as kinetic. Now, yes, in modern design, some parks use faster cable-lift systems to minimize climb time and maintain pacing. But the iconic click, click, click of the chain lift remains a core part of classic coaster experience. Oh, the launch. What a beautiful thing. Now, the launch is quick term adrenaline and excitement. I mean, for example, a launch system accelerates a train to high speeds using mechanical or electromagnetic technology, eliminating the need for traditional lift hills. Now, there are several types of these, of course, like, for example, hydraulic launches, which use pressurized fluid and cable systems to slingshot the train. You see these a lot in Top Thrill 2 and X2 and Intamin's kind of hydraulic designs. These are kind of only the major strata coasters and the ones that hold the top record for like fastest speeds. Now, of course, you have your classic LSMs, linear synchronous motors, and then their kind of brother or partner LIMs, linear induction motors. They use powerful magnetic fields to propel the train with precise control. LSMs are more common on rides you see nowadays, especially in, for example, Full Throttle or a lot of premier rides, as well as Mach uses LSMs to really broaden their coaster design. Now, LIMs kind of got lost in the past. That's why I'll be focusing mainly on hydraulic launches and LSM launches, which are more common today. Hey. Now, when you put lift hills and launches head to head, it's really a battle between two completely different types of thrill. To be honest, a lift hill plays with your nerves. It stretches out the anticipation, forces you to sit there and you kind of get in your head almost. It's like a fear, it's like a sense. It gives you time to second guess yourself as you climb higher and higher up that hill. But, you know, it's just pure psychological buildup. It's like every click under the seat, every clack, whatever it is, or your friends talking to you, it's all this anticipation. Now, the slow climb up makes the first drop feel earned. Like you're almost standing at the edge of a cliff you've been dreading. Now, for some riders, that drawn-out suspense is the heart of a roller coaster experience, and for me, it's honestly what I look forward to. Climbing up the lift hill, seeing views, it's beautiful. Especially my hair in the wind to a certain extent. But getting that nice view before you plummet and drop and pull some crazy G-forces, it is quite exhilarating. But on the other hand, a launch, you know, it doesn't ask for permission. It throws you right into the fire. It punches you straight into the action before your brain even realizes what's happening. Like, zero time to process, no moment to prepare, just instant speed and instant G-forces. The ride usually feels aggressive, unpredictable, almost violent, compared to the slow burn style of traditional lift hills. Now, these launches can also hit you multiple times throughout a ride, keeping the pacing tight and relentless, which is good, because lift hills are usually made for one-punch wonders. There's never two lift hills on a ride. I mean, maybe there has been, but you don't see that often. It's not how rides are really made. On the other hand, launches, it's more of a fact that you could keep going and going as you have enough energy. With lift hills, gravity stops you. I mean, I guess with launch it's the same thing, but you can throw a launch in a tunnel or even on an airtime hill because our modern technology nowadays allows us to put these at an angle that shouldn't be allowed. I mean, mainly for LSMs. But just having the knowledge of launches is just so exhilarating. Especially when you're sitting there and waiting for the ride to go off. Or the ride off is like playing with your mind to a certain extent. One push of a button and you're going 75 miles per hour or even faster in like 2.2 seconds. It's honestly mind-boggling. So, let's settle this. Which is really better? A classic lift hill or a modern launch? Well, statistically speaking, lift hills still dominate. The vast majority of roller coasters around the world, well over 70%, use a traditional lift hill. That's partially because they're cheaper to build, easier to maintain, and they don't require complex launch technology or tons of electricity. For many parks, especially smaller ones, a lift hill is just, in hindsight, more practical. And for riders, to a certain extent, there's something iconic about how a slow climb just burns into your body. And for me, it's the same thing. But here's a bit of a twist. Now, when you look at some of the top-rated rides, launches start to pull ahead. You can also see this a bit on my rankings of the top 15 roller coasters in the world with my buddy. On the rankings like Golden Ticket Awards, launch coasters show up all over. Like, think about it. Velocicoaster, Maverick, Taron, Pantheon, they are all launches. And they are fan favorites, well-known community. Velocicoaster is debatably one of the best coasters in the world, and was first for quite some time. Why is this? It's because launches deliver intensity right away, and the pacing tends to stay relentless, like I said. From a personal experience, it really comes down to what kind of fear you like. Lift hills create dread. They force you to sit there with your nerves, look around, and hear the anti-rollback clicks, and wonder when you finally drop. It's almost a certain amount of suspense horror. Now, I remember my first time going up a lift hill, Silverwood and Tremors. That was a little spooky. But a launch just jump scares you. That's what the horror is. It's fast, it's loud, it's in your face, and you don't have time to brace for it. For thrill seekers who love surprises and speed, the first launch can be unforgettable. At the end of the day, though, lift hills are tired and true, and they give you a classic roller coaster feel, but launches, they're the future. Now, for me, I rode Full Throttle as one of my major launch coasters. Of course, I have rode a few other ones like Accelerator and etc., but being on a launch coaster and feeling your skin rip apart if it's a fast launch is amazing. And even if it's a quick launch to get the coaster up to speed, or there's multiple launches like a multi-launch coaster throughout the entire layout, that's also really well done. It just feels like some coasters can just be like a two-punch kind of thing. Like, for example, the launch is the first, and then maybe you go up to a top hat, which is a common element on most launch coasters already, which leaves you hanging at the top, and then you drop over, or some element that gives you some hang time to a certain extent, and then you go down this massive drop. Now, that's where it beats chainless for me. Chainless are not two-punch wonders. They're kind of nostalgia, or kind of chatting with their friends. It's a build-up, and then it makes the first punch bigger. Dropping down that first drop with your buddies, and they don't even know what's going on, or you don't know what's going on, is amazing. But in that launch, when they didn't even know the ride was even like gonna start, that's the beauty of launches. And I think in an experience way, it's amazing. In a thrill seeker way, it's also too. Now, coaster enthusiasts can appreciate both, but if you're an adrenaline junkie, you just love launches, I'd say. So, I think, yes, it's raw excitement and innovation. Launches are top dog, and they're the future. So, in certain cases, I think launches win here. So launches, yeah, are better than lift hills. Alright, thank you guys for listening, watching, subscribing, and thank you to these guys who helped me out through this video and provided footage, and amazing. You guys are the best. Please like and subscribe. Love, 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 love.